You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Let's fucking go.
Greetings, exalted ones. Welcome back to the show, Daner's Day Off, where we watch nothing but the good stuff. If you've been around a while, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the writing process for our fun little stories is it's in the writing development. So for now, we're just going to keep it simple, stupid, with, just a standard intro. Enough time for you to get your drinks, get a snack, spank your monkey real quick, and then join us. Or is that a little too weird? Well, what do you expect? Someone here isn't normal. Couldn't help it. Anyways,
had to do it.
Tonight we are watching GoldenEye because, well, we have not watched a single James Bond movie on the show, despite seeing James Bond in the intro, particularly when it comes to me. So I figured, you know what? GoldenEye turns 30 this year. This guy has not seen GoldenEye.
I know.
Nani?
I'm going to assume Carter has because he has quoted it to us. So I'm going to assume he has. So yeah, the movie's turning 30 this year. And I figured, fuck it, let's celebrate and just kick back. Just because you know what? Even though the stories are on the back burner for now, for the foreseeable future, we all need a break sometimes. But some of us have work to do as well. But, well, that's not going to stop us from watching good movies. The show must go on, as they say in the business.
In the theater, yes.
Well, no, just in the business itself. Anywho, well, I am your host, Special Agent Daner Bobaner, or should I say, name's Bobaner, Daner Bobaner. joined as always by my fellow agent, Special Agent Spooky Clutter.
Hello there. I've also been known as Van Clutter. Or is that
Van
just for
Clutter.
my in-story name? I don't know. I think I could flip-flop.
I don't... I mean, never too late to make some changes here. And, of course, Special Agent Carter's cold blue sauce, I put that shit on nothing.
Never have. Ha! Never will.
Been a while
That's-
since we said that.
You always did enjoy a tight squeeze, though.
Zip it. Zip it. Anyways, GoldenEye is a pretty interesting movie because it marks the debut of Pierce Brosnan as 007. After, well, in the 80s, well, they still wanted Roger Moore to keep playing James Bond, but he was too old, and you know what? His take on the character was starting to get very stale, so they tried to retool themselves with something a little more gritty and dark with the Timothy Dalton movies, which only lasted 2 movies, sadly. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen the Timothy Dalton movies, I'm going to assume Caleb hasn't. Okay, well, let me just put it to you this way.
I have.
Okay, right on. But for those who haven't, the Dalton era was kind of like the pre-alpha to the Daniel Craig era, where they were less lighthearted. They went more for the nitty-gritty and actually had some real serious shit and had some grim tone in there as well and real good violence. Let me just put it this way. If you're someone who enjoys the Daniel Craig movies and, well, let me just put it this way. I'll just quote Marty McFly with the fucking Dalton movies. You guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are going to love it. Because now, yes, I'm well aware that Craig's career is pretty hit and miss. But the good, when he got right, he got right. So, and like if you love Casino Royale, I'd say License to Kill is worth checking out. But anyway, I'm a little off topic here. But because, people just weren't ready for that kind of Bond type of film, some time had to go on before I decided, hey, we need to reboot this franchise somehow. Just take it back to basics where, it's James Bond. He fights bad guys. They may have some elaborate take over the world, get rich scheme, but still make the character interesting beyond just being, the guy in the suit who some may see as M would say, misogynistic dinosaur.
Oh.
Hey, that's a quote in the movie, by the way.
Jesus.
No. I think it makes sense, but I'll say this. Bring it back to basics, I'd say it was a good move. Just to usher Bond into the 90s era. And who better to do it than the guy who would do it again with great success in the mid-2000s with Casino Royale, Martin Campbell. Yes, he directed this movie as well as Casino Royale, and he gave us The Mask of Zorro. But he also gave
then that means that they got a lot to look forward to. Then.
And I would say so. But then again, Martin Campbell also gave us the Green Lantern. But let's forget about that.
Whoa, wait. a minute.
Yes.
You're telling me that the man that gave us Casino Royale gave us Ryan Reynolds in CGI hot pants?
Yes.
Sip it, Stanley!
It happened. It happened.
You know what? That reminds me of something. Reminds me of how a great creator can come up with some of the most legendary things. And then you take one little project with some of the most atrocious looking creatures imaginable.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, he's going to say it. Oh my God, he's going to say Itchy!
Itchy! You're telling me that we got an itchy situation with James Bond and Green Lantern. You know what? Credit to Deadpool and Wolverine for... Was it Deadpool and Wolverine?
No, I think it was...
Deadpool 2. No, wait, it was Deadpool 2 where Deadpool went back in time and shot Ryan Reynolds in the head for Green Lantern. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't your suit supposed to be green? Sip it, Stanley! I love R.I.P.
How in the hell are you telling me that the director of Casino Royale gave us Green Lantern? What the fuck?
He also made one. Well, let's not forget. I mean, let's just say you can't always spin straw into gold, no matter how talented you are. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Now
you're not Rumpelstiltskin.
Now keep in mind, he gave us The Mask of Zorro, which is a great fucking movie, by the way. Underrated, and I think everyone needs to revisit it. But he also gave us The Legend of Zorro, a movie that is so fucking terrible. So atrocious. Zip it. So atrocious, I didn't even finish it. When it got, if you've seen The Legend of Zorro, when it gets to that scene in the classroom, I turned it off. I couldn't do it.
So
I just couldn't do it.
So the question is, does that mean that is a contender for the dumpster, or is it too bad for the dumpster?
Well, we can do it. Because I do have the Zorro Blu-ray that came with both movies, so we'd have to watch the first one first, obviously. Or do we watch the sequel, or should we go non-linear and watch the sequel and then rinse out the bad taste with the good one? Well, time will tell. We'll think about it. We got plenty of shit to do. We just kind of do this shit by ear, kind of like what we're doing right now. So yeah.
I vote for addressing the comment section. I know you're kind of on a roll, but we have a few people in here talking. Are you cool with it?
Absolutely.
First and foremost, the sergeant.
Hey, clock it.
Filthy Dan, my man.
Greetings,
Filthy Dan.
filthy one.
GoldenEye is turning 30, then the Thunderball is, oh god, no, turning 60.
Oh my god, you're right.
Holy shit.
T-Con, I'm not spanking monkeys, period, Danner. The last Mission Impossible movie was amazing.
It was good.
Yeah, you know what? We never did talk about Final Reckoning, did we?
It was good. It was good. I'll just give my quick thoughts. It was good. A decent enough finale. The stunts, of course, were amazing. A lot of the action scenes. The whole underwater bit, scared the shit out of me. And the only problem that I ultimately have is that it didn't quite wrap everything up as nicely as I maybe wanted to. And there was a whole lot of, remember this. I get it. It's the final chapter, but ease up on the stock footage there. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I'll say this.
I think you're right.
I'll say this. Mission Impossible is a pretty consistent franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when it got it wrong, Mission Impossible 2, it was still okay.
Mm-hmm.
In my books. Mm-hmm. All right.
Let's see. The Dalton era was no nonsense. Loved his take on Bond.
Thank you.
So, here's a funny thing, because I actually did some looking up. Turns out that Timothy Dalton was in Doctor Who.
Yeah, he was. He played the. Fuck! Why am I blanking? Damn it! I knew his fucking name. He was a villain. I forgot the name. Hold on.
Well, he played as one of the Time Lords. We'll just leave.
Rassilon. He played Rassilon.
All right.
And don't even get me started on the
to the Bond character. Shame on me for not watching Timothy Dalton. I have the Ultimate Blu-ray collection. Kale gave me. Yeah, for my dad's. No, it was for Christmas. I gave him the full package set with all the James Bond movies on Blu-ray.
Well, T-Con, I do highly recommend License to Kill. That one's in my top 5 favorites. I'll just say that now, top 5.
They're
Yes.
totally worth checking out. Yeah, I mean,
Filthy.
from what I've seen, very little of Timothy Dalton, he looks like a pretty good actor. And if he's doing James Bond, then I think
he was intimidating.
I can believe it. The way he was briefly in Doctor Who, he was pretty intimidating there. So
Agent Johnson from Die Hard plays the villain. Not the black Agent Johnson, the other one.
Robert Davi, yeah.
Yeah, he was also in Showgirls.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, and don't even get me started on Timothy Dalton being the villain in The Rocketeer.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. But you know what I am going to talk about here briefly, because I would be doing a complete disservice if I did not. As someone who bears the mark on his heart.
Yes!
There is no way in hell I am not going to start this movie without talking about the video game that is based off the movie. Now, to say it was revolutionary is the understatement. That is Thank you. Show and tell.
Yes. So, it took me a lot of time to get this. I actually only got it for $20.
Nice.
Pretty good condition, all things considered.
Pretty good. Be sure to
And
blow
I
it
even
before you play it.
I even have a Nintendo 64 to play it on. Also, just want to show this, even though this isn't GoldenEye, but it is Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. I like that one too. I have that one on N64. I'll say this. It's not as good as GoldenEye, but it's still good for what it is. At least it stays consistent.
Is it bad if the only Brosnan Bond film I've watched is Die Another Day?
I mean, it's the dumbest of his movies, but it's still entertaining. But yeah,
I think the part that really got me was when the Asian guy morphed into the white guy.
Oh,
okay. We're gonna have to watch that one sometime, because there's a lot to unpack with that movie. But
yeah, didn't Madonna do the theme song though?
Yeah. Now back to the video game for just a hot second. To say that game was revolutionary, understatement. That game pretty much it helps streamline the first-person shooter genre. Like, sure, there were games that already existed, but like you talk about the multiplayer games of the 90s, like you'd be hard pressed not to hear anyone say GoldenEye. Like, it's especially on the N64. If it's usually GoldenEye or Mario Kart. Now, of course, it follows the movie very well. Well, of course, taking creative liberties, like to better fit still fitting the narrative as much as possible, but still given the technological limits that they had for the game, they still did a good job. Like, the story is one thing, but ultimately it's the multiplayer that people remember the most fondly. Like, those were the nights. Pizza, popcorn maybe, and GoldenEye. Those were the days of multiplayer.
Or Pizza Hut.
That was peak. I said pizza, so.
Oh, I thought you said never mind. I said pop.
Pizza. No, I said pizza, and then I said pop, as in like. Because
yeah.
Look at me, I'm a fucking Canadian. My shit stick.
Yeah. and maybe in your basement or in a room with your friends, though, spend the nights, sleepover, stuff like that. While playing GoldenEye. Yeah. Dude, can I just say that GoldenEye is the granddaddy of SPS games, first person shooter games. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for first GoldenEye.
What about Doom?
Oh yeah, don't forget, like I said, Doom is one of the granddaddies.
Well,
plural.
I'll say this. Doom ran so fucking GoldenEye can walk. However, that being said, I just think it was easier because it was based off a popular IP, and Doom was geared towards a older demographic. And GoldenEye was a little more T. So yeah, there's that. Without
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and continue addressing the comments because we still got a couple more flooding in here. Where the fuck am I at?
You know what's funny? I did see someone.
Hey, Kyle. How you doing,
Yeah, what's
man?
up? Mm-hmm.
Mask of Zorro is a stellar film, period.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's funny because somebody did this Halloween costume idea. It was like a couple's Halloween costume. They said they wanted to do James Bond as the theme, but someone dressed up as the fucking GoldenEye N64 cartridge just showed up for it, just like full size cartridge, James Bond, in the middle. Someone actually did that.
That sounds like something out of an AVGN skit.
Yeah, it kind of does. We got someone new in the chat I haven't seen here before. Kim Bailey says GoldenEye is woke. Just look at the relationship between Natalia and Bond, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and disagree with that, but to each their own.
I am curious though what.
Although I will admit that is one of the weaker elements of the movie, and but I'll explain why when we cross that bridge. In the meantime, have you all got your vodka martini shaken, not stirred?
Sure. I guess
Sure.
I'll continue addressing the comments as we.
Well, you do that because I didn't even take the time to get my cooling beverage. In the meantime, you're Sergeant Shitty Pickle.
You're shitty. All right, well, we'll continue addressing comments. Kyle says, love the N64 GoldenEye video game. I got it for Christmas with an N64 on Christmas, and I still have it. That's cool, man.
Damn.
I just picked up an N64. Well, not just, but I just got it this year, so not that long ago. Yes, it is bad spooky clutter because I watched all the Bond films while you were entered in other things in your younger years. Yeah, but I do remember Die Another Day the most. The most. He also says, hey, Carter, we know about sleepovers with your ass when you were asking teenager what the fuck was going on in that room that night. Oh, he's...
Whatever it
I know
is.
exactly what he's talking about.
Whatever it is, let's keep it off the record.
Yes.
To save Carter the embarrassment. Yeah.
We'll find other ways. Don't worry, we're at the point where we're gonna only embarrass him if he takes a step over the fine line.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
See, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. It's some guy, dressed up. Now that's what I call a costume.
I don't think I ever played GoldenEye on N64. See, here's the thing. I have played the N64 a few times throughout my life, but I have never owned one. And the only times I ever played on it, one was at McDonald's back when they had the freaking controllers.
Yes.
Good old days. And then I think once or twice at a friend's house. The only thing I remember was playing a Mario game. I can't remember which Mario game, but I played it. Haven't played it ever since because I was more of a PlayStation guy.
To each their own. I can't believe that.
Die Another Day was part of my introduction to Bond, but it wasn't the first one I saw. It was all in that 40th anniversary hype. See, that's the funny thing because I'm pretty sure that Die Another Day was my first introduction to Bond, but the one that I've watched the most would be Casino Royale. And look, that's not even the best James Bond film. It's just that intro song.
Fuck yeah. You Know My
But-
Name by Chris Cornell. Rest in peace.
Well, now you hang on just a sec here. Now I'm curious. What do you think is the best James Bond film?
Well, I really can't say because I haven't watched all of them. I'm just saying there are other Bond films that are probably above Casino Royale. Don't get me wrong. I love Casino Royale. I think it's great. It's just there might be some other ones that because look, here's the deal.
I think Casino Royale is a god tier Bond film.
Here's my
so is this one.
And and maybe it's because of Craig's era in general, but if you take out the name James Bond, you take out some of those familiar characters, what do you have in Craig's run as Bond? Because for me, it just seems like a bunch of action films. They're entertaining, but Bond films have always had, from the ones I've seen, and look, me and my dad actually started a mini marathon, which we still have to complete, but we went back to the very beginning of the James Bond movies, starting all the way back with Connery. I got on that Blu-ray set, so we started watching. We didn't finish it. I think we got into Connery's third film.
Goldfinger?
We didn't even finish it. I think so.
That was the third one, yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't gone through all of James Bond films. It's just I know that from the ones I've watched that they have a certain style to them, a certain elements that make them a James Bond film that separate them from other action films. One of those
Even
things is the gadgets.
Structure.
Narrative structure too, yeah. Things like the gadgets, right? There's always like a really cool gadget in James Bond films. How many times did you see really cool gadgets in Craig's era that really stood above?
I think over time they tried too hard to go for the nitty-gritty. A little too hard. Which wasn't a bad thing in terms of tone, but over time it's like you gotta that's kind of what I like about this movie. It still has its seriousness, but still knew how to be stay true to the identity of the source material.
It's just for me, Craig's films never felt like James Bond, especially with the final one. The only one that I like from Craig's era is Casino Royale. I give some credit to Skyfall because it was a pretty good movie. It's just most of James or Craig's films, no. And especially with how if you've seen the last of the Craig movies, the very last one, it's bad. It's bad. No, you just don't know how they decided to end the fucking story for Craig's Bond. And that is something that you have to watch. It is equivalent to The Last Jedi / Rise of Skywalker.
Boo!
With how they handled the character. Especially, it's bad. It's terrible. It's a terrible way to end Craig's run. But then it really just summed up most of his movies for me. I just think that there were better films in James Bond that are superior. Even some of the cheesier ones were more entertaining than the Craig films. And I don't mind the nitty-gritty aspect of it. It's just James Bond has always had a particular flavor to it that the Craig films were lacking, with the exception of Casino Royale. Because I think Casino Royale is a damn good Bond film.
Okay, let's address a little more here because I see T-Con talking about another great game on the N64.
Proto-woke, maybe. Referencing Kim's comment about GoldenEye.
Yeah, I still don't believe that. Anyway.
Proto-woke, anyway. Perfect Dark was an awesome alien game on N64.
That's basically the unofficial sequel to GoldenEye. It stayed true to the formula. It was another one of those, this one ran so this one could walk, but Perfect Dark's still good.
Yeah.
Just GoldenEye just had the bigger cultural impact, I would say.
I see. You watched Casino Royale because you saw me watching it a lot. Yeah, pretty much. Danner is right. Casino Royale is a god, whatever he said moment. I love
God tier.
Mission Impossible and James Bond are somewhat more synonymous than you think, than I think. Sorry. The bleepity bleep bleep off, and that was fucked up.
Okay, let's not go there.
There's a pretty general argument that GoldenEye, Casino Royale, and Goldfinger are contenders for the best. But what is your guys' pick for the most underrated Bond film?
Well, for me, I'd go with the aforementioned fucking License to Kill. Maybe even The World Is Not Enough.
So here's my question, because it seems like I guess Dalton is like underrated in your eyes.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
What do you mean?
Well, because if he only how many actors throughout James Bond? Most of them have had long runs, I assume.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously
And he
Connery.
only had 2.
Yeah,
Keep
so
that in
I'm,
mind.
I'm
He only had 2.
curious, like in your opinions, what do you think is the reason why that is? Like, he only had 2 films. Like, do you think he wasn't popular enough, or they just?
It might have something to do with that. And like I said, the whole how dark and violent those movies were, I just feel like it was leaving a bit of a sour taste in people's mouths for some reason. I can't really say for sure. I'm not going to dig too deep into it. All I know is that they gave it a try and it just didn't work the way they had hoped. Even though those movies have seen a bit of a renaissance. I mean, Living Daylights is just it's all right, but again, License to Kill, like that's the one I would say check that out if you haven't. And yeah. I mean, I'm curious now. This is a question I need to ask now.
Mhm.
The poll. I need to ask about the poll.
The poll.
The poll in the chat. Yay or nay for gold?
So out of 5 votes, 80% have said yes and 20% have said no. So that means there's one person that said no.
Interesting.
Curious.
Now,
I'll give you a big clue.
I mean, you could probably put this in for a question later, or if you want to do it now, but because I think it's always worth discussion. Who is your favorite actor to have played Bond? I mean, that's always a topic for discussion. People ask the same thing when it comes to any other character that has been played by multiple actors. Like, who's your favorite Batman? Who's your favorite Spider-Man, Superman? Shit like that. Favorite Jason?
Yeah. Also, can I add? Well, to answer your question, it has to be the OG, Sean Connery. Now, here's a funny story. Now, this was from my dad. My dad told me this story. No bullshit. So, this was a long time ago. It was he was at this party and he was dressed up in a white tuxedo, just like Sean Connery was in Dr. No. And while he was walking, or he was at a party, I don't know where this party was. While he was walking, he bumped into Sean Connery, like when he was older. And he was like, because my dad he had like a white scraggly beard, just like Sean Connery. And they were like, he was like, nice. And then he just walked off. Or I forgot, either it was a party or I think it was at the Academy Awards or something. I think it was the Academy Awards or a party. He met Sean Connery or he bumped into him. It was like, nice.
Have you put up a new poll?
I have. It's a Q&A. So the 2 different options are polls and Q&As. For the polls, it doesn't let me put more than like 2 options.
Oh, that's cool.
It has yes, no, and then whatever other options.
Geez, 4 would have been fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, we're over a half hour into the show, and the show hasn't started.
Yeah.
So, technically, this conversation is a good part of the show.
Of course it is.
Having these discussions is a good thing.
Point is, it can continue as the movie plays. That's all I'm saying. Now,
that is fair.
Well, like I said, have y'all got your vodka martini shaken, not stirred? Or, in my case, did you get your Mountain Dew? Or whatever you're drinking. Whatever you're drinking, get your beverages ready and load up. Because we're ready to dive into this one, I think.
I am.
I am too.
0 zeros.
All right, with a runtime of 2 hours and 10 minutes on the dot.
Yes, sir.
Are we ready, ladies and gents?
Yes.
Okay. I shall proceed with the countdown to T-minus 5 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. For England, James.
Here's a funny. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Here's a funny comment from T-Con. We are a half hour into the show and the show hasn't started. Danner t-shirt suggestion. I like that idea. We're a half hour into the show and the show hasn't started.
I'll keep that idea in the spank bank.
Dalton would be 3, Brosnan at 4, Moore at 5, and sorry, George Lazenby in at 6.
Yeah. Ah, yes. The guy who didn't matter. So, like, Our Majesty's Secret Service is a fine Bond movie, but it needed Connery.
Hmm.
Yeah. That Bond theme that we just heard there was kind of weird.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was kind of expecting
The
like
classic.
actually, shit. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Maybe like a build up to it. Like I was expecting like an action scene, and then boom, the James Bond theme, kind of like in Casino Royale.
Well, no. Keep in mind, we're watching the pre-Craig era.
Right.
All right. Now, just looking at this big dam, all I can hear is very certain type of music. Sorry, I'm humming the music from the game.
Oh, the N64 game.
Yeah.
Honestly, why does this bit look like something out of fucking Mission Impossible, to be honest?
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, because doing death-defying stunts was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Even if your stunt double looks a little obvious here.
Mhm.
Sorry, Pierce. I love you, man, but you're no Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was saying, "Hold my beer" every time someone's trying to do his stunt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yo, hold my beer.
How many beers do you think people held just so Tom Cruise could do one of his stunts?
I don't know.
Ooh. Oh. Archangel Chemical Weapons Facility, USSR.
Sean Connery, best Bond, then Daniel Craig.
Mm.
See, that's my thing. I think that Craig does good in his first film. Everything else, I'll pass on personally.
Uh,
I don't know, because like he kind of lost his like suave, like smooth lady talker.
Mm.
You know, like one of the aspects that makes James Bond so good is his ability to woo the ladies, and
Yeah.
I feel like that was just lost.
Well, that's what I like about Pierce. He has it.
Oh.
He's
Yeah.
got the I've heard some call him being the most elegant of the Bond actors, and I could see that. But he's quite classy, dashing, but he's also very intimidating. I mean, just from that intro, just from his first little line there, being a bit of a zinger. I mean, this was the 90s, but still, he made it work.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's got a finger on the goddamn trigger.
Connery wooded the ladies and Roger Moore. Sounds a little odd that way.
Our Majesty's Secret Service would have been the undisputed GOAT if Connery was in it. Which reminds me, Diamonds Are Forever can eat a bowl of shit. I really don't.
There he is.
Now, I think you might be a few seconds behind me, but
Really?
it happens. Fuck it. Oh,
Yeah.
but let me just ask, what are they? What is the shot?
Shot is on Brosnan's eyes.
Okay,
going out of a crate.
You're right. You are perfectly lined with me. It's Carter who I think might be a few seconds
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, he just jumped out of the floor like the fucking Millennium Falcon, and he's still got his fingers on the fucking trigger.
Leave it to
Carter.
Carter to cut that out.
Oh, apparently I don't have access to it, so I'm watching it online, and I get hit with a fucking ad. Okay, sue me.
You got hit with an ad?
Ad.
That's what I said. Wait, so are you renting it on YouTube or?
No, I'm watching it online on another place called Tokyo Video. Nope, there it is.
That sounds so weird. Oh yeah, I just watched it on this thing called Tokyo Video. Oh, good to see that Boromir is reincarnated.
This is before that. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're saying that he reincarnates as Boromir later? Which means he's
Correct.
going to die in this movie? God damn it!
Like you didn't know.
I get that it's a running gag that Sean Bean dies in every movie he's in, pretty much, but I was hoping that this would be the one time where it doesn't happen.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, describe to me what's going on.
Right now, there's a shootout with Sean Bean and some Russians.
All right, I'm in sync.
How original.
Yeah. Oh, door just got blown open. Here come more Russians. Uh-oh.
Don't tell me he's already dead.
I don't know, is he?
AK-74U. Nice.
Oh.
Dude, that has got to be the most gayest stance ever. Makarov?
Sean Bean is contractually obligated to die in any movie he's in.
Oh, well, not since 2015. Like, he was in 3 movies that year. He didn't die in any of them.
Oh, damn.
And only one of them was good.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Maybe.
Did he miss? Please tell me he missed the shot.
Maybe. Jeez, I gotta be careful. Here's the funny thing. Again, he's not seen this movie. So let's try not to spoil any plot points here.
Got it.
Again, no matter how many times I watch this movie, I think of the video game because there was just so much beautiful attention to detail to make it look like the movie.
Filthy.
Damn.
Tokyo videos ought to be on a t-shirt too.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a very logical question. Hey, where are you watching it? Oh, you're not watching on YouTube? No, I'm on watching on a place called Tokyo Videos. Like, sounds so odd. Oof.
Ow.
I can only imagine how much those things weigh.
I imagine about the weight of a beer keg.
Yeah, those have got to be made out of aluminum and hollow.
Pretty proficient with that AK, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except those aren't AKs, those are Narinkos, or he's got an AK-74U in hand.
Well, that's what I was talking about, sir. I did say he is pretty proficient with that AK, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Get out. Ooh.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh. Well, at least he didn't. Well, at least he didn't get a spoke. He didn't get a pole in a spoke.
Uh-huh.
Now, this part is a bit ridiculous. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, very Mission Impossible.
That's what I said. Not to mention the way
how high are they in that base?
Very.
Okay, why does the effects look like very, very much Indiana Jones-ish?
I don't know, Carter. Why does it look like Indiana Jones?
Pull up, dude. Pull up.
Well, what do you think he's trying to do? Now, granted, that was nowhere near as stupid as how they got in that helicopter at the end of Die Another Day. That was really stupid.
Yep. Now that's what I call Indiana Jones-ish. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
And I love that little transition of the gun barrel.
Well, it's better than Madonna. And it's certainly better than Sam Smith. I cannot believe.
Wait, what?
Remember his? Yeah, that's right. His fucking theme song for fucking Spectre writing on the wall, and it was a pile of shit.
What did I fucking tell you?
Famke Janssen was in this?
She's on the damn cover.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Carter said he's watched this movie, and he forgets that Famke Janssen was in this? Come on.
It's been ages.
Yeah, but you had to have noticed her on the poster.
Yeah, the poster I sent.
On it
I sent into the bureau chat to use as a template.
You know, Carter, sometimes you confuse me.
It's been a while. Like I said, I didn't know that was her before. You know,
that would be the equivalent of, hey, wait a minute, Daniel Radcliffe is in Harry Potter?
Oh.
I had no idea. It's like, you poor bastard. What drugs have you been taking, kiddo?
You know, you gotta appreciate how visually creative these opening sequences always were.
Yeah, like she's smoking a cigarette in one scene, then a barrel of a Luger PO8 pops out. Yeah, there's a gun nut right here. Yep, Walther PPK.
Right, but he seems like such a wanker.
Wow,
Makarov.
I love the use of the British terminology there.
Right?
Wanka. By the way, my favorite bloke, you want to go hang out at my flat?
The British have such a funny series of words to use.
Well, just remember they call what we call fries chips, and what we call chips they call crisps. And you know why? It's because they're wrong. That's why America had to save them in both world wars.
As Sean Bean once said, one does not simply forget about Famke Janssen. Yeah.
That's right. Perhaps you missed the other person that's in this movie.
I sure as hell did.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Or at least when the character pops up.
It's the car. The car.
The Aston Martin. Well, it's better than a BMW.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
That's me anytime I get in the car with my brother.
Curious.
He drives like a friggin' psychopath. And there she is.
Huh. Oh. Famke would be driving something like that, wouldn't she?
Red, like a phoenix.
Yeah.
You know,
Figures. Apparently, she upgraded her ride from a broomstick to a Ferrari.
This was before. Oh wait, actually, yeah, it was before in this world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to assume that red is her favorite color in general.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the character. I'm talking about as an actress. She wears red almost all the time. For gosh sakes, she is also known for playing someone with red hair.
Yeah.
Even Muriel was wearing red in our story.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You know what's funny? Somebody should do an edit of that bit where she's spinning out, and someone should play Deja Vu, Hydra Spin. Like that spin out game.
Weird. That plane scene is reminiscent of the second Top Gun movie where Tom Cruise pulls up. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
You bet.
Evaluate. He's driving an Aston Martin at speeds that are quite dangerous.
Oh,
and
oh God. Modern problems require modern solutions.
Oh, you mean
Don't-
like putting Viagra in your date's drink to see if she's actually a he?
I'm mainly talking about these cyclists.
Bowling for bikers.
Those aren't bikers, they're cyclists. Domino.
Where's the pizza?
You mean like
Okay.
this? Okay, right now I'm thinking of that fucking Family Guy clip. Okay, you were here to evaluate me. We took a joyride. Now let's fucking make out in the Aston Martin.
What about
How
Famke?
convenient. How convenient. I also have a champagne holder. For me, it would just be nothing but Mountain Dew.
Are you telling me that they shagged right there on the road?
Why
Yeah.
not?
How about those cyclists, for one thing?
Well, they were going the other way. Besides, not their business.
Yeah, you're right. But as far as peep shows are concerned, you don't even have tinted windows. It's like pissing in the wind, and everybody's watching, ready to give a score out of 10.
Well, we're talking about James Bond. I mean, if it was
Jeez.
I
that
don't care
car
if you're
from
talking
Die
about the
Another
president
Day,
of the United States. I don't want to see a man shagging a woman in public. It's
eh,
already bad enough they're taking a shit in public, right on the roads.
ew.
Hey, would you look at that? Playing cards. I can see where Casino Royale gets its legacy from, eh?
Well, not really. Just keep
No?
in mind, Ian Fleming's first novel was Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Well, this I didn't
Shit.
know.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. But you know what? I know everyone will. Some people say, "Oh, Casino Royale's boring because of that." Are you shitting me? I love it. Like, look, I'm not even a big poker guy myself, but goddamn, is it riveting? Like, even with just the nuance and how they act, like notice the what the fuck are you still doing alive when he gets poisoned?
Yeah.
Like, just that look on Lashif's face, like, the fuck.
Yes, sir.
Just that was fucking great. Also, side note, he was such a great villain too. That's still my favorite performance by him.
Yeah, the scarred up eye is pretty intimidating too.
Mm-hmm.
And the
And the
woke-
milky eye.
the music,
Mm-hmm.
the music that they used for him too is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty ominous.
Oh yeah.
It's a shame that she filled her face up with Botox.
Yeah.
It really sucks because in some ways, I think she was almost getting better with age. Like, I think she looked her best in X2.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me, but god damn.
Was it the hairstyle?
It might have been. And then Storm just fucking shamelessly mimics it in part 3. Speaking of X-Men, there's another one in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Wait a minute.
Great delivery. That was a great delivery, but I will say, going back to Casino Royale, when Craig says it at the end, it was probably.
Oh yeah,
just,
that was pretty good.
Well, the thing is with that saying, that is, for all intents and purposes, his version of saying, "I'm Batman."
Fair enough.
Like even because Dan had to bring up Lazenby, let me just put it this way: when he said it, like he might as well have just said, "Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman." It was that bad of a delivery. It was just kind of like a casual conversation.
If you can't get your dick wet with an Aston Martin, there's no hope.
It's true.
That literally took forever to go through.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I mean, if you want to keep it dry, get a Tesla.
Fucking Cybertruck.
Okay, this shit's just weird.
What? You don't like the cute mime girls?
Miming is fucking weird, okay?
Of course it's weird. Why do you think the gays do it all the time?
Well, I don't know.
But they're very clean people. Or at least they used to be.
Okay. It's funny. I mean, going back to something Carter said about Indiana Jones, I know I probably told this story, but I did have a dream when I was a kid that I was basically short-rounded James Bond's Indy.
Curious.
And yet, just to answer the question in case you're thinking, it was Pierce. And just like how Short Round calls him Dr. Jones, I always said, Mr. Bond. Not Mr. Bond, Mr. Bond.
Well, if he started calling him Dr. Bond, I think we'd have some problems.
Well, no kidding.
Such a nice car.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're going to... I was kind of trying to get to it, but just kind of slipped there for a minute. But if they were going to shag in the car, just remember what he drove in Die Another Day.
Oh.
Refresh my memory. What was it that he drove?
The invisible car.
Oh, yeah.
Which was...
And he was driving it on the ice, right?
Yeah.
Adding insult to injury.
That I find it hilarious how even fucking Roger Moore just fucking had said, I went to space, but at least I wasn't driving invisible cars. Well, don't
What
get...
the hell? Whoa, hold the phone.
Careful, this is important.
Wait a minute. Why does that guy look like Bennings? He looks like Bennings from The Thing.
He does.
Jean Grey is shagging Bennings.
Yeah, right.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, you'll see.
She's gonna kill him. Oh my god, she's gonna kill him. Someone's gonna do something.
No. I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to cross it. I'm going to step on that line. No.
Well, then, zip it. Now, she kind of did that to Wolverine at one point.
Yeah, but he's got that healing factor, so he ain't dying any day.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yes, an X3.
Yeah, like
right
she
on
did
that table, scratching his chest,
wrapping her legs around him like that.
Hey, this is supposed to be a kids' movie, remember? Well, here you go. Here's one for the kiddies, dumbass.
Nah. Huh. I guess you could say he really threw in the towel.
Oh, you're so hilarious.
Well, that's the kind of shit you expect to hear from Pierce.
Oh,
remember when he voiced a robotic house?
Wait, what?
The Simpsons. It was a Halloween episode. They get like this smart house installed. That's what they call it, a smart house. It's very much like the HAL. It's like HAL from 2001. And they could select a voice and personality. They tried Matthew Perry, but it doesn't work. So they go with Pierce Brosnan because he was Remington Steele.
Oh.
And well, he tries to kill Homer so he could have Marge. Well,
What is that face?
He died really happy, getting squeezed to death by Jean Grey.
Sorry, I don't care how hot you are. I'm not dying at the hands of. You know what? I'm not going to say anymore. I might end up jinxing myself. Oh, electromagnetic radiation. How good. You know, it's funny she says a small surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean it kind of is?
Mm.
Especially because she is attractive, but
Yeah.
the French always have a weird way of saying certain names.
Stop that! Stop that!
Again, flat instead of apartment.
They're not going to bring it back.
It's never coming back.
She looks like a Species movie freak with this hairy white with the receding hairline. Bennings? We're going to cover that. I think I die happy with that way. See, I could say that, but I'm too cynical. I can't.
Fair enough.
Stop that.
Now, is it weird though how like in the N64 version she could it sort of looks like what's her name?
What the hell?
Mulder? No, not Mulder. What's
Are you fucking kidding me?
I just had a brain fart. It's not Mulder, it's
Brother.
dang it.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds before I put on the fucking clip.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
No, okay, I'm playing the fucking clip. Get ready, everybody, for a dancing coffin. Shame on you, Carter.
Dang.
You deserve that. You deserved that. How dare you forget one of the easiest duos to remember, especially because of our channel's namesake.
The slogan. By the way, there he is. Nightcrawler.
You know, I seem to remember Jean Grey holding him in a very odd way in that movie.
Yeah.
What is he? In the Munich circus, I was known as the Incredible Nightcrawler. Yeah, zip it.
You know, he was.
What do you have to say? Fair enough. Carter, what do you have to say for yourself?
I regret that.
Yeah. So what you were trying to say is that she looks like Dana Scully.
Yeah. I think it was just a hair. Or from an angle.
Hair color, maybe.
Here comes his catchphrase.
You're invincible. That's cute.
I am invincible.
Yeah.
Are we gonna remember him in another movie where he was
nutty and he had a bunch of thumbs?
Wait, what?
Spy Kids.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about Spy Kids. I was talking about something worse.
No. You know, I find that insulting considering that movie, I know what movie you're talking about, by the way.
Uh-huh. Yes,
starts off very much like X2 when you think about it. It starts with him, there's a tour, and he's wearing a trench coat and a hat before he causes chaos.
Ah, look at you go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, now before you ask, is that a contender for the dumpster? Let me just put it this way. I'm just going to quote Mark from Fanboy Flicks, but I would rather punch a baby in the face than watch that movie again.
Well, you know what? You know what I really want to do on the dumpster? I want to watch the movie that you claim is the worst movie ever made. The one that you hate so much, and I've never seen it myself. But from what you've said, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, but you believe that it is worse than Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, and even the Holiday Special.
Yes. Yes, I do. Because it is everything wrong with comedy. Now, just keep in mind.
We need to watch it.
Well, you know what else we need to watch? Because the Filthy One did suggest it at one point. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten. We still got to watch Kiss meets Phantom of the Park. Or in Attack of the Phantoms, whatever it's called. Because it's part of, I have it on DVD. It was part of a little Kiss DVD set. So I do have it. And it is a contender because it's Kiss playing superhero versions of themselves. That's pretty bad.
You know what? I'm about to commit a cardinal sin here. I'm sure. But and I think I'm accurate in saying this, but I don't think I've ever listened to a Kiss song before. Not all the way through.
You've had to at least heard one. Like if you didn't hear Rock and Roll All Night, because everyone knows that song.
But no, did they kill Nightcrawler?
No. I'll just say no. Here, get a load of this. Yeah, she's getting wet to just killing a bunch of people with a gun.
Yeah, she kind of looks like the type that would do that. I mean, don't forget, we did see her in Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. And, good old Muriel. I mean, hey, can we forget about Loon impersonating that abomination of a character? Ow, you shot me in the boob.
Oh, God damn it.
Sorry, it's just the face he had. It's worse than your normal face. Yeah, who would want to wear a face like that? Okay, I get it. You fucking hate Luna. Can we move on, please? Oh no, look, it's the Entity launching the nukes. Right?
Oh no. Right.
Listen, I think that's one of the weaker parts of that movie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The Entity pretty much takes a sideline to an asshole named Gabriel of all things.
Gabriel.
I do find it interesting, though, that they had him come back after, what was it, Mission Possible 2 or 3?
I think it was 3.
Yeah. It's not nearly as bad as when they decided to bring back Dotson. We got Dotson here.
Oh,
See,
God.
nobody cares. And over 20 years later, still nobody cares. Her Russian accent is peculiar.
Oh, she's hilarious. Meanwhile,
Liking that cold environment
Mm-hmm.
makes me want said environment right now because of how hot it is.
Oh, I hear you.
Only gonna get worse.
Let me tell you something. At the theater today, watching Empire Strikes Back, when during those blizzard scenes, I actually started to feel kind of cold, which is a good thing because again, I'm sitting there in my fucking Revan costume, just and drinking some more Code Red. This is my second Code Red today. I don't normally drink 2 Mountain Dews a day. Don't you think it's great that
Wait, hold on. Is that
last
no?
name's Bond?
What?
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I honest to God thought that was Rachel Weisz because it was Rachel Weisz, Evie from The Mummy.
I'm sorry, you thought this woman sitting in front of us was Rachel Weisz.
But it was the accent. I'm guessing it was the accent.
She doesn't look anything like her.
The face is completely different. The eyes. She's got brown eyes. This girl, this woman, this lady has blue eyes. Jesus Christ, Carter. Goddamn, Carter.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Our introduction to Judi Dench is M.
Curious.
Look, I'll be real. That's like the only gender swap that I've ever really liked.
Mm.
At least that I can think of. Because, like,
I
I'll be
mean,
real.
it is Judi Dench, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, anytime when people reference the character M, that she's the first thing that comes to mind. Maybe it's just me. Maybe there's others who preferred the gentleman from the Connery and Moore era. Maybe some even say Ray Fiennes. But for me, no, he's either Voldemort or he's Chef.
The fuck, Carter?
The way
Carter
what
is-
Judi Dench said.
We can tell that you're behind again because you just randomly start laughing.
Like we don't get our news from CNN.
That's good.
What the hell?
It's good. EMF.
Wow.
Well, the fighter jets have been fired.
Yeah.
Okay, that was clearly a model.
So,
What's your point?
Practical. Holy shit, dude. Okay. Okay,
set of lungs
that was
like
a quick
that.
call. That was the close call. Now hurry up and crawl from under there.
I don't think it works.
No shit. Well, what can I say? Moments like these, there's always a golden opportunity for moments like these.
Oh yeah, what's the golden opportunity, Carter?
Wow, pieces of the satellite falling down, and she's climbing, and she's scaling it.
How hot is it down there?
I
There's
think it's in the 80s here.
78. Oh no, wait, hold that thought. 77.
That sounds like nothing compared to here. It's 91 here.
It'll be that hot tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to cool down this week. I'm glad I have this thing.
What's that?
This.
Oh, the neck fan.
Yeah.
Nice.
My house does not have AC.
So that's why they call it GoldenEye.
Yeah. What did you think?
Because
I don't know. I was thinking some asshole had a GoldenEye.
huh?
I wouldn't worry about
Like
that until I
Goldfinger.
start weeping blood.
Hmm?
I wouldn't worry about that until one starts weeping blood.
Oh. I find it funny that the chief was like so content with seeing his girlfriend's arm get chopped off.
Hmm.
Pretty funny.
Oh, thank God.
Carter?
Shut up.
Wait,
This is long.
Clark didn't lock up the dogs.
Carter? How long were you
Shut up.
dog?
Shut
I
up.
I knew we were going to reference a thing at some point. I mean,
Well,
we already have so far. We referenced Bennings, Cold Environment, close enough.
It just occurred to me that we haven't watched that movie on this channel either.
Well, that can wait till winter.
Christmas episodes, huh?
I mean, you see how that that cast photo has become sort of a Christmas card meme?
Pretty much, yeah.
So.
Sorry about that. Iron Man. She said Iron Man of Russia.
Ah.
Huh. Huh.
Ooh.
Mm.
Wait, what? Did she just say on a whim? Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
I don't know. What being so weird?
Oh, come on. That don't even have an H in it.
You can't have pie without Kufik.
You're eating hair.
I like everything. Ugh, he's a bigger buzzkill than Buzz Killington.
St. Petersburg, Russia.
Holy shit. It's an army of Carters marching around.
Shut up.
Those aren't bears on unicycles.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Ah, here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
M134 minigun. Nice.
Now forget that.
Whoa!
Now this gentleman, Desmond Llewellyn, will always be Q.
Mm-hmm.
Not even John Cleese. He was R. And whoever that Cillian Murphy looking guy in the Daniel Craig movies, I don't care about him. Caleb's missing out on this part. What the hell?
Get your ass back here.
You're missing Q. You got to be back on Q.
Ha! What? Bogus, dude.
Mind that pen. They took that to a whole new level.
Damn. That.
That's my lunch.
Honestly,
Hey.
why does the rolling chair getting launched back? Why does that look like some kind of jackass?
I don't know. Anytime you ask why, the answer is probably very obvious. Joe Don Baker. Rest in peace. He just passed away recently.
Damn.
Oh, wait, that's two actors here from Mars Attacks.
You're kidding. This piece of junk, a Fiat, really?
Yep.
Talk about a peckerwood.
God damn
Hey,
it,
what?
Caleb.
You missed
I didn't.
the Q demonstrations.
No, I didn't.
Well, where were you?
Had to clean up.
Oh. Okay.
No, I was just having sinus issues.
Okay.
Don't touch that. That's my lunch.
Those
No.
are some of the most important scenes in these movies. The Q scenes.
Well, guess what? I was watching the Q scenes from a different screen.
Well, this sucks.
But did you catch everything we have said?
Hit or miss.
That
Don't you mean a
Desmond
sonic
Llewellyn
screwdriver?
will always be Q and no one else. Like, forget Forget John Cleese, because he was R. And that Cillian Murphy looking guy in the Daniel Craig movies, he's no Q.
Yeah. Oh, that asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, it'll work. Mm. IBM. Hey, I remember those.
How about a floppy?
Send us your floppy.
That's your floppy. We welcome games of any kind. Oh, I'll bet.
And still, nobody bought it.
Incoming mail.
Wow. That is like the most hippy-dippy sweater I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Yes, so kindly. Shoo.
Said
I'm just
trust
gonna
no
say-
one.
And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
It's a trap.
Oh, so she just got Walter Donovan.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mhm.
Leave it to Nightcrawler to pull something like that.
Of course you did.
Mhm. You know, this guy kind of reminds me of Sala in a way. I don't know. This kind of fits that archetype just a bit. Maybe it's just me.
Heavy set, funny hat. I see what you're going for.
Yeah.
Maybe just because he has that buddy personality. You know what I mean? And he calls James Bond Jimbo, for gosh sakes.
Hmm.
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
You know, those are the only kind of churches I'd ever care to set foot in. The ones that actually look and feel ancient and not those damn community buildings, which are just terrible. Like, I want stained glass windows.
You want
Gothic
that old
architecture.
world. You want that old world architecture, my friend.
Yes.
There's something aesthetically pleasing about it.
It's like you stepped into another world. Oh my God, it's haunted.
It's got a death curse. It's buddies with my new girlfriend.
We want to recruit you to the X-Men. Look who it is, Carter.
Hagrid.
Robbie
And he's
Brosnan.
Russian. Look
I'm
at
so-
that.
No matter how many times I've seen this movie, I am not used to seeing him without that hair and beard.
I see what you mean.
Lucky me.
Oh my God, they got her entire head in frame.
Who's that?
Remember Family Guy?
Oh,
Trying
yeah.
to get Minnie Driver's head entirely in frame.
Oh,
Okay, keep pulling out. Pull out. All right, that's perfect. Walks in the frame.
Yes.
Her head's like the fucking size of a truck. Like
that's right.
that. Yeah, that's her. That's supposed to be her.
Really? What
Let me-
was so alluring about her?
I don't know. I don't really know her for anything other than this and voicing Jane in Disney Tarzan.
Really? I did not know that.
Yep.
You know what? Speaking of which, did you know that Fairuza Balk voiced Connie D'Amico?
Wow. Whoa.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I found that out recently.
Holy shit. I did not know that.
Neither did I.
But,
Until recently.
But apparently she only did it twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that was a little too close to home, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Who is this Janice? I guess you'll find out. Right? We're going to find out, right?
I'm going to take a yes and say no.
Maybe. A herd of fucking ugly reds?
How about a herd of fucking ugly furries? Oh, that's kind of a nice pool.
Yeah, too bad is it an octagon or is it too small?
Who's the hot?
Yeah.
Or is she even hot?
Oh,
I know
no.
you haven't
Get out of
seen
there,
her.
Bond. Bond, get out of there. Last person that was in a swimming pool by them got killed was in The Great Gatsby.
Doesn't count.
No.
Nobody cares about that movie.
Hey, not even the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire?
Oh, wow. How exciting. Leonardo DiCaprio, like I've never seen him in anything else. Sorry, but she killed Bennings. I took that personally.
He had it coming.
That. Damn it, Danner.
What?
Ooh, you were setting me up for that. You were setting me up for that, you snake.
What? I don't get what you're saying.
You said He said Bennings had it coming, and I was about to say, you know what? And then you were probably going to play that. That's what she said.
No.
You know, Carter, sometimes I wonder who has the dirtier mind out of the three of us. And then, of course, I remembered your occupation. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of 300 Rise of an Empire. The shagging scene, if you've ever seen that movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it got pretty weird. Hair pulling, screaming, pounding, and then the two guards outside looking at each other like, what the fuck? Because that would be everybody's reaction.
Yeah, except for that guy who tried to intervene.
Yeah. But you know what? Ava Green is a pretty exotic woman, isn't she?
Yeah.
Ha!
By the way, if my ass is burned, you're paying for my skin graft.
I'm sorry, it wasn't your ass that got burned. Now, was it?
I was just saying what you would have said.
Oh, really? You're thinking for Jean Grey? I think she'd skin you alive before she lets you talk on her behalf. Just saying.
Graveyard of a bygone era.
This is a pretty unsettling set.
Yeah.
Wonder why it'd be a graveyard.
Someone's probably dead in there.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Soviet monuments and all that stuff. You know these things right there? They look like something you'd see in Cold War on a Cold War map. Call of Duty Cold War. Scary. Lenin, Stalin.
What the fuck?
The hell? What the?
Is that? Son of a bitch.
What's the matter, kid? It looked like you just seen a ghost.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was the ghost of a homosexual furry who wouldn't leave me alone.
Fuck off.
Gross.
Ow.
What the fuck is this?
Interesting spin for this type of villain, I would say.
Yeah.
Someone in MI6 who actually sees the flaws in them, thinking that they're nothing but slaves. I kind of dig that.
Sean Bean.
You bastard. Janice. Did you hear that, Caleb?
Yep, I already know. Project Janice.
You know, it's like he's really chastising him for being a little Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Why do you got to be such a little Boy Scout? You want forgiveness? Get religion.
What the hell is going on?
I mean, I can't tell how many times I blacked out, woke up tied up in a helicopter.
What kind of life do you live?
A secret life.
Clearly.
Eject. That's a pretty stupid place to put the eject button.
It worked!
Well, that does look better than Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
Really, it's not the flag of Britain? No?
I mean, they are in Russia, right?
Yeah,
Well, I'm just
of
saying.
course.
Would have been a nice homage to Spy Who Loved Me, and then they just did it in Die Another Day.
Oh, yeah. The fuck are you kicking me for?
Did he not just help save your fucking life? What is wrong with you? You're kind of an ungrateful bitch.
Clearly.
Shit, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Gotta go. They got guns on you, dude. What are you gonna do?
Fuck.
Fuck? You're gonna fuck?
I said the fuck. No, I was like, fuck.
Well, first you want to suck, now you want to fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Shut
Carl,
up.
leave her in the bedroom, would you? Hey, this room looks very reminiscent to the cage that the Chinese threw Batman in Batman Begins.
I see it, actually. I'm just waiting for Ra's al Ghul to come out of the shadows.
Are you so desperate to fight criminals that you really take them on one at a time? I counted 6, Mr. Wayne. Neither.
It's morning already?
Ugh, I know, right? Time goes by so fast.
Damn. Dimitri. Didn't we have a Dimitri in Casino Royale?
Yeah.
I think we did. Oh, shut up.
I think that's what what's her name? Kim in our chat said with the woke.
Eh.
I mean, if they came out today, then maybe.
Probably.
These days.
Another GoldenEye. No, there can be only one.
That's why it's called GoldenEye.
Right. Go home, General. You are drunk. I'm not even kidding. He's drunk.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Look at him.
Sweating profusely.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that's probably why you don't do this kind of shit if you're intoxicated.
uh-huh.
Though this action scene is pretty kick-ass.
Are we sure this is James Bond, not the Terminator?
Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah. That might become even more reminiscent. Kind of.
Hey, that's a nice library.
Shh. You're in a library.
Fuck off.
Ooh, T-34s.
Damn it, woman.
Hey, the music.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Oh, well.
Oh, hello. Hey, doing some Indiana Jones, I see.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, it was a library, so.
That's
Mhm.
true. Oh, if I remember correctly, he went through the sewers to get out of that library.
Mhm.
Still.
I see the appeal. The reference. The
Oh.
idea.
Time to play some. Looks. Guess what time it is?
Is it furry o'clock?
No. It's tea time. Soon.
Don't spoil the movie for me, kiddo. You're gonna get slapped.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
No. I don't know. I mean, even Casino Royale, like with the airport scene, that reminded me of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
See,
He's drinking? What the fuck?
told you he was drunk.
Okay, that's like Indiana Jones
Idiots.
right there.
Dumbasses.
That's like Indiana Jones right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
How did they put up their hands? They're about to crash.
Yeah.
Sukasi. Yeah, that's right. You better back up.
Holy shit. And that was Blues Brothers.
Uh-huh. Here's actually a good question I didn't even think about. What is your favorite James Bond soundtrack?
Define soundtrack.
Well, let me put it to you this way. One of the things I really love about Casino Royale's soundtrack is that it incorporates the opening credits song throughout its entire music. Like when it comes to Bond, it's always playing that da 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 da.
Yeah.
In this film, they're using the James Bond theme like heavily in this chase with the actual James Bond theme itself. I just find it interesting.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
the thing with Casino Royale is that he wasn't fully realized as 007 as we know him, and that was kind of the point. And
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of what they were doing with the score too. Like, okay, we'll use Chris Cornell's "You Know My Name" melody there for this movie,
Right.
but then by the end, we'll throw in the fucking classic theme.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, that one
Well, the
was
thing
giving us
is,
the best
though,
of
they
both worlds.
the thing is, though, as Craig's films went on, they still use that Cornell melody throughout. Which, I mean, that's not a bad thing for me. I mean, I do love the original James Bond theme regardless. At the same time, I do like the Cornell melody, so
So yeah, maybe
like you
just
said,
go
best
with,
of both worlds.
yeah. So Casino Royale. Gotta love the way he just readjusts his tie. That is a Bond thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Or fix his cufflinks, whatever.
Not to mention Perry. I hope Perry got their payment for it. Paid for this.
Well, no kidding. Very conspicuous.
Are we about to have a train sequence?
Perhaps.
Is it weird though that train looks like it has a face almost, like on the statues?
I think you've been watching too much Thomas the Tank Engine. Look at this mother heifer.
I don't know. It does look like the face of a tiki. I kind of see it. Alec. He never got with her. In fact, he just met her. She kicked him after he literally just saved her life.
Yeah. Leave it to James Bond to run a tank right in front of a train.
Open fire.
Jeez. You slapped the wrong side of his face.
But of course. So she seems turned on by that. You see that?
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. He's just going to use the cannon.
Yeah, the conductor's still like, hey, come on, man, just get out of the way. Well, the conductor is fired now.
Isn't that wackadoo? I hate this guy. Can somebody knock his lights out?
Who, the general?
Yes.
We could do better than that.
Oh, good. Looking forward to it. No, just shoot him. Just shoot him, please. And her. Shoot them. Shoot them both. Right? Situation analysis, you're fucked. Is that right? In the hands of a very drunk general.
Brings her in and then pukes on her.
Wait, what?
No.
What the fuck did he just say?
Tastes like strawberries.
I don't know. Does that remind you of something? And when she kissed me, it's like she used to kiss me. That taste.
So basically,
bread butter.
Spider-Man 3 ripped this off.
My version is a Spider-Man 2/3 ripoff. That taste. Bread and butter.
I didn't know how much money God has.
Good question. Well, clearly he has enough to own a sniper rifle, a door that leads to nowhere, and a desk. Oh yeah, and an oven. An oven which was conveniently used by Albert Einstein to smash his face. Goodbye, General. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Damn it. Damn it, Janet.
Well, you're still alive, aren't you? So quit complaining.
Time to pull a John Connor.
Okay.
He called her sir.
What the hell?
Oh, what the fuck?
You know what?
Oh,
Now I'm starting to think that
funny.
I'm starting to think that maybe Lurtz had every right to shoot them arrows into his ass.
Oh, come on. Was that not brutal enough for you?
No, it wasn't.
Huh. Come on, leave Boromir alone. We're not talking Boromir, we're talking Alec.
Same face, different day.
Why?
Ass.
Oh. For once. What a stupid password. Chair. Even his hint was stupid. Oh yeah. I mean, I get it. The guy's got a dirty mind, but for once his password is just something that is not an innuendo. We'll find it's clearly not as big as this place, so let's just go.
Excuse me.
Ooh.
Well, he didn't destroy the Aston Martin.
It's true.
Is it going to be a romantic getaway to Cuba? It better not be a romantic getaway because that would just feel tacked on and feeling like it was just a contractual thing in terms of the script. Oh, wait.
Are you talking about Die Another Day? Because I agree.
No, I'm talking about this.
Oh. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Halle Berry as a Bond girl.
No. In fact, the fucking Gone Girl was better.
Or the girl from Doom 2000 whatever.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The Gone Girl.
The Gone Girl?
Well, she was in Doom 2005.
Yeah. Didn't she turn out to be a villain in Die Another Day anyway? What a shame.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why do all the attractive ones have to turn out to be bad guys?
I don't know.
Wow. A Russian in Cuba? What are the odds?
He's driving a fucking BMW. What the hell?
Yep.
Right? What the hell is this?
It's what's his face.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. Serious as a heart attack.
Wade. Well, your drift sucks ass. Very funny.
Oh, it does exist. Just like aliens.
Until the government said they exist.
Well, now there's just no fun in that. They tell you aliens are real, now you don't give a damn. Like, no, I'd rather just stick with wanting to believe. Yeah, you go ahead. Take the crappy car. It's a BMW. It's not an Aston Martin, so the joke's on you. By the way, I planted a bomb in the trunk.
Of course you did.
Boom. Give me some boom. Shut up out there. I'm trying to watch a movie.
Who's being a naughty birdie?
Hey,
Who's being a naughty birdie?
I don't know. People outside driving their loud-ass vehicles.
It's a Saturday. You expect it. So do we.
Or actually, it's a Sunday for him
The fuck do you mean it's a Sunday for him?
because he's ahead of us.
No,
It's
he's
midnight.
not.
Actually, it's midnight his time.
No,
No.
it's not.
You got
He's an hour
everything.
behind. God. What the fuck, Carter? Come on.
Made it sound like I was in Australia.
You know, Carter. Carter, what's your last name? What's the last name of your first hamster?
I don't have I didn't have a hamster.
Exactly, because you forgot. You forgot about your little hamster.
I don't even have one. Never even had one.
Because you forgot.
Ouch.
You know, it's very bizarre that this whole time Carter thought, yeah, you're an hour ahead of us.
Never have been.
Why does this kind of remind me of Hard Ticket to Hawaii?
Oh God.
I'm just saying. Got a beach, got a attractive woman. Look, if you're gonna sit there and tell me that that's not actually a woman, I'm gonna slap you.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't tell me that's actually a dude.
I'm not suggesting that in the least. Jesus, Murphy. No,
I have to
no.
pose these questions, okay? Because these days you never know.
You referenced Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
So, what's wrong with Hard Ticket to Hawaii?
One man's dream is another man's lunch.
Ooh, hello.
You had to make me think of that. You had to make me think of it, didn't you?
Well, you know what? You can blame yourself for that, and then we can blame Carter for not thinking about women. See? Don't worry, Carter. I'm just doing it to keep you relevant to the conversation.
Of course.
Are you having fun yet?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Getting everything wrong.
That's the point. What else is he going to get wrong?
Well, next thing he's gonna say that Santa Claus and Sasquatch aren't real.
I would never say that.
You know what he would say, though? He would say that the Easter Bunny is real. And he would know. Because they were shagging last night.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey. You passed it. You passed it. Go back. Oh, wait. This happens.
Wow, damn!
Oh.
You know what just
Okay.
occurred to me? They crashed onto this area like the crash in Jurassic Park 3.
Another happy landing.
You
Huh.
wish.
By the way, Amanda.
God damn it.
That was so terrible. Oh, great. She already fell asleep. There you're going again. Damn it, boy, you're going to miss the best part.
I miss nothing. What the hell is this?
A great big helicopter with a few surprises.
John Rambo?
Yeah, right. That'd be awesome.
Boot to the face, I bet.
No, booty to the face. Nope.
Oh, god damn it.
Kind of looking like Lara Croft here.
You know, why is she always like the kinky one in these movies?
I have no idea.
Oh, so close. Damn.
Ow.
Oh, she's fucked. Bye. Oh, she's screwed.
You think?
Or
She
not.
always did enjoy a good squeeze, though.
I bet she's still alive.
She's not. Sorry, but she's not coming back.
Really? That's how they finish her off?
Well, she died the way she killed. It was poetic.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Well, she always did enjoy a good squeeze.
He already said that.
See, Carter's like a parrot, but if the parrot was delayed about 30 seconds, which happens to be every time when we watch a movie, 30 seconds behind.
Nope. Oh,
Excuse me? I was buffering. Right?
Yeah.
well, that's an interesting place to put a satellite.
Yeah, you never heard of waterproof?
Oh. Nope.
It wasn't even a lake. GoldenEye looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't help it. That's just something. That's like a replica I'd actually want.
What, the key or the satellite?
The key.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so much for going for a little swim.
Yeah, no kidding.
What if someone tried to jump in a lake there only for that to happen?
Yeah, that would be weird.
Did you not think that they would have fucking... Oh, wow, no security cameras?
Uh-huh.
Dude, can you imagine the fucking road rash you're gonna have on that thing in your back?
From the way this is shot, I'd be getting dizzy.
You know, Carter, road rash would be the least of my worries if I was getting shot at. Right?
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
There is no queen.
That is one hell of a nice watch.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But can you teleport with it?
Ah, I see what you did there.
By the way, I would make him wear a uniform. Like, it's not Hawaiian shirt day when we're committing global terrorism. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Speaking of Hawaiian shirts, you're shitty.
Yeah, you're shitty.
I gotta show you something.
All right.
Motherfucker.
Nice.
Look,
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Hawaiian shirt, like I said. That cost enough. Then again, they love me there. That's where I get all those American import snacks and shit. Again, Carter would really like that place.
Yep. Yeah, I would.
No, you have no idea. I almost thought of taking a picture and sending it to you, but it's like, you know what? No, it could wait.
Save it for the trip.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I will never forget how I argued with a friend back in school. He was very like, he orders his martini stirred, not shaken.
Ugh.
That is that is unforgivable.
Clearly.
That's like saying Batman's suit was blue and red and Superman's was always black. Or that Spider-Man was stung by a scorpion.
Scorpion Man?
Uh-oh. He's got the pen. You watch that pen. For it is mightier than the sword. Hey, a worm. Like a night crawler. Watch the pen. Honestly, it is. The suspense with that pen is on par with something you would see in Mission Impossible.
Mm.
Well, if you're going to shoot him in the cheek, need I remind you that Jack Napier survived that?
And
Yeah,
50
but he's got a
Cent.
smile on his face.
Life's been real good to me.
And as you can see, I'm a hell of a lot happier now.
Boom!
Well then.
Pen grenade. The world's greatest invention. Right next to tacos.
There we go.
Yesterday in the Misfits chat, we were talking about Megan,
Yeah.
and I almost wanted to say, I never cared for Megan. It insists upon itself.
Not a fan of the movie?
I've never seen it. I just don't care. Like, I just don't see, even with all the trailers, like, I don't really see the allure here. I'm just saying there are better movies that have this whole, like, the dangers of AI and shit.
Yeah.
It could be watching Terminator.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't watched it either, so there you go.
And that's why I don't even care about part 2. I'm not excited. It's like, it's going to be a fart in the wind for me.
And that's all you'll be known as. A fart.
A big fart. Goodbye, big fart. You know what? I don't think I told you, but like at Value Village, when I picked up some of those Family Guy DVDs, there was like, I don't know if it was volume 4 or 2, but that was just the box. I look at the DVDs. This is volume 6.
Oops.
I didn't buy it. It's a good thing I checked because if they're not shrink wrapped, you have the power to check. So
Very true.
Do it. Okay, that was a weird pose.
Yeah.
But, like, he's not even really lining up his shot. Alert sure did. No?
Sorry.
I was talking about how Alec didn't really line up his shot, but Lurtz did.
Very funny.
I don't think so.
I think that's actually hydraulic fluid.
Well, as long as it's not colored syrup, right?
Corn syrup. Same stuff they use for pig's blood and carry.
I did not see that coming. Yeah, I did.
Ooh. Damn.
It is, we'll get a load of what he does here.
Yeah.
Ah! Oof.
Even despite the green screen, this scene just makes me nervous.
Yeah, afraid of heights, right?
Yeah. I mean, did you ever see that movie Fall?
No.
Oh,
No.
boy. It got to me so bad that I started sitting on the floor.
I mean, the heights will do that to you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! No! Can you
Oh,
imagine falling like that? Like,
Oh.
ugh.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. See, that one just fucking hell. That's scary. That's scary to even look at.
You know what? It's
Yeah.
even worse if you put yourself in Luke's position on Bespin.
yeah.
He
I was
survived.
just about to make that remark. Part reminds me a lot of Bestman.
Uh-huh.
Don't even.
What the hell?
Oh,
Oh boy. Here you go. Get a load of this.
Why would he?
for England, gents? No.
Shh.
Just.
Shh.
Well then. Wait, what? He's alive?
I want you to really think about how brutal that actually is. It's actually worse that he survived that fall. When you really think about it.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
Like,
Except
Like,
your internal your internal organs are fucked.
that's just it. They're probably punctured by bones and shit. He is, like, I'm pretty sure his lungs are filled with blood right now.
Oh, now it's time to add insult to injury. Literally.
See, that's
Well-
my second favorite death of Sean Bean. Second. Boromir, number one.
I see. How about this little shithead?
Don't worry, he's getting his.
Oh, good.
You need to chill out, asshole.
Oh, he got T1000. That's nice.
That looks
Yeah.
hilarious.
T1000. All right. I approve. Goodbye, Russian soldier who was just doing job. It's just too bad I won't remember you in the next movie.
Nope.
So I
Just like all-
suppose that, huh?
Just like all of them.
Just wait till you get to the final.
No.
To the final Craig movie.
I do remember that Inspector, there was a reference to Vesper Lind.
Oh no! See, you'll want to have Vesper Lind once you see the final Craig movie.
What do you mean once I see it?
Whoa,
Nobody
what
said
the
I had to
hell?
reflect it.
Oh, don't worry. I think that's a contender for the dumpster.
Hey, see, I can't really say that if I haven't seen it.
That may be true, but I don't know what other way to watch that movie unless it's in the dumpster. Because it ain't
Well,
good. It ain't
I
going on the
see.
magic projector. It ain't going on
No.
a day off.
Okay. Maybe the fellas at Good Real Hunting will do some James Bond watch parties and they'll just say, Hey, Daner, I notice you haven't seen No Time to Die.
Oh yeah.
I know he liked that movie. Yeah.
It's a shit film. It is shit.
Oh, come on. We all know what song should be playing with those helicopters. Fortunate Son. Come on.
This is not Vietnam.
Still, they were American.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, that was GoldenEye. How do we feel?
Entertaining.
Damn
Gold-
good.
Kind of funny. Kind of funny in places where I think I don't think it should have been, or maybe it's the other way around.
Who knows? Well,
Entertaining regardless, though.
it's damn good. Like I said, just a good old classic Bond that has its fun elements, does take itself seriously when it needs to. I do like how they fleshed out, Bond, like just before we got to the love scene, like how could you be so cold? Because it's what keeps me moving, shit like that. I actually like that they give him that layer, just another added layer instead. Like they don't unravel it too much to the point where he just comes off as pathetic.
Sure.
I mean, hey, I know that was a big part of what you hated about, No Time to Die. So figured I'd point that out there. And Alec Trevelyan, I think he's one of the better villains for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, he is sort of like the whole, he's got his underground layer, money, this, but at least you understand why.
Yeah.
Like, he actually did have a really shit upbringing from like that graveyard scene. By the way, that shot of the graveyard, when he's in the graveyard, when he sees him approaching, that's exactly kind of what I was going for with this image of me right down here. Because if you want to look at that shot one more time of when Alec approaches and Bond looks at him curiously, that's totally what I was doing here.
Ah, very nice.
Another reason why I insisted that you use that image for the thumbnail and the backdrop.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But to be honest, this is my own personal favorite. It may not be objectively the best Bond film, but it is my personal favorite. Maybe it's nostalgia, or maybe it's just I'm longing for the simpler times where movies can just be simple, yet still have enough to keep you engaged.
I see.
Yeah. Plus, it gave us probably one of, if not the best video game based off a movie of all time. Keep in mind,
really that good?
Well, if it's good at following the movie and good at being what it is, it's up there. Now, keep in mind, there has been some competition over the years from Return of the King, Revenge of the Sith, Spider-Man 2. So, yeah. And I didn't even answer the question myself, but Pierce actually is my favorite James Bond.
Okay.
I think I've summed up enough as to why. He's got pretty much everything laid down, but sure, his movies do get kind of dumb, particularly Die Another Day. But you know what? I'll take something that's silly, but not bleak and miserable. See, I know enough about that movie that you seem to despise so much.
You want me to sum it up for you in one sentence?
Sure.
You take a character like James Bond, who has the charisma, the confidence, qualities that you see in a hero and a character of his type.
He's like the ultimate male power fantasy.
Now take that, and then do a complete 180, where he doesn't have that suave ladies' man, no attachments thing. And instead of having any sense of self-preservation, as he has throughout his entire run, or just being a basic human being with understanding, having the sense of self-preservation. I'm just gonna sit there and die. It's almost like Luke Skywalker. Oh, excuse me, Jake Skywalker in The Last Jedi. But it's a tad bit worse. So it's a tad bit worse because unlike what was presented in The Last Jedi, with Bond, he could have survived. He could have. But it's like he had just sat back and said, "Yep, I'm fucking done." And you want to know why?
Wait. You made me think of the clip again. Well, I'm fucking dead.
We're cooked.
I mean, that's pretty much what it was. No, but you see, the reason he died, the reason he chose to die is the stupid bit. Because at that point, by the end of his run, he was not James Bond. If you like something like Skyfall, fine, fair enough. It's just the thing is, man, by the time we got to No Time to Die, he was not James Bond. Which is why I say that Casino Royale is the best one out of his run, because that is the closest that he got to being James Bond.
Even though narratively he wasn't quite fully realized, I find that interesting. Because some people have even referred to Casino Royale as like the Batman Begins. Or actually, you know what? No, it's not the Batman Begins. It's more like the Batman. Because remember what I said about how he's not fully realized as the character we know him as? Like, that's what we had going on in the Batman. And that's what we have going on in Casino Royale. And both movies are dark and gritty, for sure. But thing is, I mean, I'm still keeping my fingers crossed for what we got coming up with the Matt Reeves films. Like, I know that's always speculating, like, is it getting canceled? I don't know. I don't think it is, but the only thing I do hope is that it doesn't tie into the James Gunn movies in any way, because, again, I've said it many times and I'm dying on this hill. I don't care anymore about cinematic universes. I'm sick of them. Because, you know what? Smaller in scale on some level, but still feeling epic in its own world. Like, I long for that shit.
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is, though? Is that you're talking about a cinematic universe that never got the chance that it really needed. And that's due to creative decisions. Because you had a great start with Man of Steel. It wasn't perfect. There were things you could have changed to make it better. That being said, I think that most people were behind Henry Cavill as Superman. And more to the point, having Ben Affleck as Batman, seeing his performance, he had a good start there too. Yet both of them ended up ending their appearances, for the most part, in Justice League.
And then they just pop up in really humiliating cameos in later movies, like The Flash or Black Adam, which I didn't even see.
After Justice League, they only had cameos. They did not get the proper MCU treatment. The formula that actually...
And they're the two big titans of DC. The definitive yin and yang.
Here's my thing. If I was in charge of the creative... if I had creative control over DC, I would have kept Man of Steel canon. Like, if we're rebooting, fine. Everything after Man of Steel, we're not counting as canon. I will keep Ben Affleck as Batman, and I'm changing Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, but...
She's not a good actress.
Yeah.
What about...
she's not a good actress.
Don't say Gina Carano.
Damn it! Damn it!
No,
Gina Carano doesn't really fit as the Wonder Woman type. She's more of like a soldier. Wonder Woman is a bit more elegant.
Yeah.
Feminine. I mean, I'm not saying Gina Carano isn't feminine, but she's also got a lot of that butch side to her, too.
Yeah.
She's still incredibly beautiful.
Yes.
Like, don't get me wrong. And she's a fucking sweetheart. I'm but I couldn't see her as Wonder Woman like at all.
I mean, she might look good in the outfit. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know.
But then
I don't know
again, Gal Gadot looks good in the outfit.
that's true. Well, 50-50 personally.
Fair.
Just personally. But no, so cinematic universes, DC really never got its true shot. And it's like I get it. I get it because Marvel has royally effed it up. See, because I would almost say that people wouldn't be as tired of cinematic universes if it didn't continue to get butchered.
Yep.
Because this argument about superhero fatigue, I think, is a crock of shit in that it's not just blatant superhero fatigue. It is poor quality. Because these superheroes have been around for a long time. Okay. And it's only recently that they've been getting their time to shine. It's just after Endgame. I mean, really, if we're gonna be objective here, it started before Endgame. Like, the cracks were really starting to show as the identity politics was getting pushed in there further and further. I mean, look, man, people love to praise Black Panther, but I couldn't help but notice.
I'll be right
some
back.
of the
Using the
shit.
restroom.
Go for it. Of course, some of the blatant in-your-face, like Killmonger at the end saying, "No thanks, I'd rather die with my ancestors," because they knew that death was better than slavery. It's like, you know what, motherfucker? You want to talk about slavery? I don't think you're ready for that conversation. That's the type of shit that irritates the fuck out of me. Because when movies get preachy like that, what exactly are you doing? Because it seems like you're not trying to mend old wounds or to create a better tomorrow for everybody. It just seems like you want to continue going back to those events, which you weren't even alive for, in order to further divide people. Because it does nobody except for narcissists and masochists and power-hungry titans to divide people, especially on the basis of a skin tone. So, and it was just, it's one of the reasons why I couldn't enjoy Black Panther, because it was just that idea was looming over the entire film with that fucking character, and it didn't help that social media kept on pushing it further with the movie. It's like, oh yeah, like, for example, when that movie came out, I was in college, and I was leaving the cafeteria area, going to my next class, and these two guys were in front of me saying,
I've returned.
"Yeah, hi,
Welcome
hello."
back.
These two guys were walking ahead of me, and they were talking about how America sucks. And he's like, "Yeah, I'd rather be in Wakanda." I'm like,
It's not a real place.
I mean, on top of that, they probably wouldn't even
I
invite him in, because
I would. Well, I don't want to be at this school. I'd rather be at Hogwarts. Ha ha ha. It's pretty much the same thing.
yeah.
But
So I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Identity politics have ruined so much of entertainment that now when you see it, even if in its most minuscule form, it's going to bother you. And don't get anything wrong here. Don't get things mixed up. The identity politics isn't going anywhere. It's just changing its form. I was watching a video from Despero, and he was talking about Pedro Pascal. And he was talking about, okay, you guys remember that movie G20 that came out recently with Viola Davis as the president?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
One of those girl boss movies. It was one of those girl boss movies, right? So what he was talking about was that it's not just that it was a girl boss movie, it's the ideas that they were pushing in movies like that. And why, you know what, maybe we're going to get less girl boss movies. But in its place, we're going to get those action heroes, the male action heroes, who are pushing the same bullshit. Except they won't be women this time. They'll be men. So as to fool the audience, like, oh yeah, we're not going to have any more girl boss movies. But the girl boss movie wasn't the inherent problem. It was the messages it was the messages that they were pushing in the movie, and now that message is evolving. Right? No, it's changing its form into a male-led but still bullshit, identity politics, social political messaging, right? And notice also that I'm not using the term woke because I think that the term woke has become a buzz term, much like racist and sexist. So I'm not using that term.
I don't want to. That's again. I kind of rolled my eyes at that comment too that we got earlier. It's
I get it.
Yeah.
It's just the thing is you can't entirely blame people for using that term because we've been so oversaturated with movies and TV shows and video games that it just coated in and bathed in identity politics that you can't blame people for seeing it everywhere, even if it's not there, because it is in almost every single thing in some form or fashion. Unfortunately, it more in some it's in more than others. That being said, it's still there. People are tired of it. You can't blame people for wanting to have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That's why some people are hesitant at female-led movies because all they can think about is the girl boss movies, which is something I'd like to change. I'd like to change that stigma because not every female-led film is identity politics driven.
Yeah. Case in point, Furiosa. Like, it wasn't like that, but I know a lot of people thought it was going to be, and to my happiness, it wasn't. And I had every reason to just say, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. She didn't do it. Okay, good. Anyway.
But yeah.
Anyway. Well.
Cinematic universe.
It's time to let it go. But yeah, James
You know what?
Bond.
Actually, I do want to ask one more thing. Since you're a John Wick fan, what are your thoughts on the what is it? It's the ballerina movie coming out.
I am going to see it. I mean, it's got what's that? Anna D. I'm surprised. I mean, my brother would see
Ana de Armas. Yeah.
De Armas. Yeah.
You know what's funny? She was in No Time to Die.
Oh no. Well, you know what? If there's any character I want to get their own spin-off from John Wick, it's Kane.
It's been a while since. Actually, here's okay.
You have to remember who Kane is.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Donnie Yen, the blind man. Part 4.
So I never watched Part 4. I have only seen Part 2.
I've only seen the first one.
Hey, at least I've seen John Wick. Okay.
Okay.
Unlike other movies that I haven't seen, I have seen John Wick Chapter 1 and 2. It's been a while, but I have seen them, and I have them on Blu-ray. Well, technically, it's not mine; it's my dad's because I got it for his birthday.
Okay. We're gonna have to watch the John Wick movies at some point, but I'm gonna wait till it warms up because I mean not warms up, cools down because Anyway, yeah, and I'm gonna see for that whole little discussion series I want to do.
Okay.
I know what movie I want to start with. The only thing is, you guys got homework to do.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, which one will it be? Because I'm split down the middle. Do I flip the coin and let fate decide? But yes, I do plan on starting a new series, sort of a spin-off. I mean, the intro will probably still be the same. At least my intro line will still be the same, is what I'm saying. But you know what? The dumpster needs to be reopened at some point because it has not been opened since Slender Man. So, but it's either we'll still have time for the watch-alongs, but I do want to dissect some of those movies in greater detail than simply watching and going as we go. I want to lay it out there, like Because a lot of those movies, while some of them are just bad, some of them are just enjoyably bad, I do have some strong feelings about them. Some in that positive and negative way, and some in just very negative way. So, yeah.
So what are we starting with then?
Well, stay tuned.
Pull that line on me.
So I'm sorry if anyone's still watching. We got to keep them in the dark as long as they just know that that's something I want to do. I just want to iron out the kinks because we do have quite a bit on our plate. That's why we're doing these watch parties to fill up the time. So just keep going. The show must go on, like I said, because I'm working on writing the next chapter. And but I'm also trying to think of okay, what movie shall we dissect? Where we'll just discuss, and will it be live? Will it be pre-recorded? Where we can add some pictures and maybe some silent footage? Well, something to think about. But I will go ahead and get to the what have we got coming up next. As for what we're doing here, stay tuned. We'll talk about it. But as for us, me and him, we will be back on Backtrack Cinema on Monday, 7:30 Mountain Time, 8:30 Central Time, and 9:30 Eastern Time. I'm naming all the time zones because all three of us are in different zones. We're going to be back at Backtrack Cinema with Jason, a.k.a. J-Man, as we still call him. We're going to be there for the kickoff for his watch party series of the Superman movies. And we get to watch the best Superman movie, directed by Richard Donner, starring Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, and Gene Hackman. Superman the movie, where you believe a man could fly. As for everything else, I say stay tuned. I also want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. We had a pretty good turnout for this one. Decon, Golden Flat, Kim, even though I disagree with your comment, and of course, my alter ego, because, got to keep up appearances.
Of course.
And shout out to the patrons. You will see them at the very end here, after we get on out of here. But to everyone, just everyone who's tuned in now or after the fact, thank you for being here, watching, listening, and supporting. And until we meet again next time, remember, I like a vodka martini, shaken not stirred, and the entertainment is out there.
I'm Special Agent Spooky Clutter.
I'm Special Agent Carter Sauce.
Special Agent Dr. Richtofen.
And until next time, fellow investigators, remember,
The entertainment.
The entertainment is out there.